Hi, Jeff Cote here with Pacific Yacht Systems. What we're going to talk about next is Victron Inverter chargers, specifically the Multi-Plus Compact. We've used this in countless installations where we just don't have the depth to install a deeper or higher inverter chargers. So a lot of the times when you're choosing an inverter charger, there's what you want to do and then what you can do. Remember, our boats have tons of physical constraints. So part of your toolkit has to be to consider other options. You might have a preferred vendor, but sometimes it doesn't matter what I want to do, I can only do what I have to do. So one of these big advantages with this inverter charger is it's different in size than most other inverter chargers. And so hence, in a lot of places, it's a great inverter charger, by the way, but in a lot of cases, it's the only one that's going to fit. So this inverter charger comes with only an 80 amp charger output, so a little bit less, a lot of 2000 watt. For example, the Xantrex is going to give you 100 amps, but in many situations it doesn't matter. You don't need a really high charger output, so this is really worth considering. The great thing about Victron is they have these nice color, the Color GX remote control, and that means that you can actually see what's going on at the inverter and really get a sense of the power coming in, power coming out, what it's doing at the batteries. It's very intuitive. So, and a lot of times we end up doing a huge system overhaul. We'll have one of those, we're going to have a battery monitor, we're going to have, like, for example, this device over here, an ArgoFET, we have got a solar controller, and we're going to have one of these, and the Color GX, and then, so the owner has a sort of a integrated energy solution aboard their boat. Here's another example of another Victron inverter charger. This one is a Multi-Plus, but not compact, and this is a 3000 watt, 24 volt. You can buy this in 12 volt as well. It's 70 amps of charging at 24, which would be about, a little bit more at 12, of course, because you half the voltage, you almost double the amperage. Again, we use that quite a lot on bigger boats. When you're sizing an inverter charger, you got to ask yourself, am I going to be sizing an inverter charger to do everything I want at once? Or like on my boat, I ended up having a 2000 watt, and that's the one I have on my boat, and I'm going to run my AC load sequentially. Most AC loads are going to be, like a toaster, an espresso machine, a microwave, a blender. What we're going to do on our boat is we're going to actually run them one at a time. I didn't end up having a large inverter bigger than I need. What I do is I simply run them one at a time. Now, some other boats say, Jeff, I want to do it all. Like I have some boats where we install 2 4kWs, literally 8,000 watt of inverters. Now, the battery bank has to be able to support that, but they don't want to choose. They want to run a convection microwave oven at the same time as they're running an espresso machine, at the same time as they're running a blender or running an ice box that's actually AC only. It's up to you, it's a choice, but if you're trying to control costs, think when you're sizing an inverter, think about actually having an inverter charger that is sized to run your load sequentially. It's going to mean the requirements for the battery bank and the inverter and the associated wiring are less. So Victron is a really good choice. If you've got further questions, post them down below on the YouTube. Definitely, I answer most of the questions every day, and if not, reach out on our website and send us an email through the forums, and I'll again give you some answers. Thanks so much, and I appreciate you watching.